Okay, so these are all of my primers. I know what you're thinking. What? Like, I feel like if you see my last primer video, my primer declutter video, like I didn't have anywhere near this amount. I probably had maybe half, if that. And I got rid of so many, and yet somehow, now, like I've said in past videos, a lot of these were sent to me, so they weren't necessarily ones that I spent my own money on, but there are some that I really like that I've mentioned in favorites videos or reviews, some that are still pretty new to me, and some that I've had a while but I just haven't tried because I have so many. So I'm gonna be honest, as I look at this, I feel like there's not gonna be many that I declutter because I feel like I've been using the same 4 because I love them, but I haven't tried any of the other ones that I've been sent. So I don't predict that I'm gonna get rid of a lot. That's me being honest. If you're dying to see a really ruthless declutter, watch my blush one, watch my bronzer one. I got rid of a lot in those videos, like half of my collection. In this one, I just don't foresee myself getting rid of a lot. Up front, being honest. But the way I like to start these is I look at it and say, okay, what products would I buy again because I love them so much? So I pretend shop my stash. And so in doing that, one thing that I know I really like is this one here. This is the Smashbox Hydrating Primer. This is one that my skin is really dry right now. Well, not anymore, honestly, but it has been. And this is fantastic at priming my skin. It's just like almost like a gel-like formula, but it actually hydrates. And so I'll put it like on my nose and around the sides of my nose and in the middle of my forehead where I really have a lot of dryness. And it does such a great job of moisturizing without making my skin just look weird and greasy. You know what I mean? And that is the idea behind a hydrating primer. You know, you don't want it to look like a really thick, crazy moisturizer. You just want it to actually hydrate your skin throughout the day. I really like this, definitely keeping it. This is one that kind of blew me away from the drugstore. This is the NYX Pore Filler. It's just like the Benefit Professional, very pore filling, hence the names. This I'm keeping because I'm just going to use up. I'll probably eventually buy the full size because now that I've tried it, I really like it. However, I might not because this is the exact same thing. So it's kind of this nude or beige, I should say, colored primer. And it just is, it almost feels waxy, but it does such an amazing job of just filling in the pores that you might have on your nose if they're kind of enlarged. And that way, whether you just use this and you don't put anything on top, or whether you put foundation or something on top of it, it just glides right over it so smoothly. I love this. And I've never been into like pore filling type things. This and this are what kind of changed my mind about it. Because I've tried a lot of other ones that I just didn't like. But these were amazing. So I'm definitely keeping those. Another one that I love is this Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. It's got a little pump. I've used a ton of this. I love it. You can kind of tell how much I've used. Probably have like that much left. Definitely gonna use it up. I would totally repurchase this if I didn't have a ton of other primers, but I think that once this is done and once I've worked through some others, this is totally one that I would repurchase. I really like it. It's just hydrating, smells good, just kind of a foolproof primer. Another one that it's still new to me, but I really haven't gotten a lot of use out of, is this Marc Jacobs Coconut one. I bought it when I was feeling splurgy, and it's one of those that reminds me a lot of this. They're kind of coconut based. They both smell good. They both moisturize the skin. Again, I haven't tried this enough to decide if it's like absolutely life-changing or not, but it's their Invisible Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. So definitely gonna give this more of a try. Another one that I love is this Cover FX Calming Primer. It's just one of those everyday, just really lovely, moisturizing but not too moisturizing kind of primer. I can't say that. I just like it. It's one of those, I can't really explain why I like it, but it feels good when I put it on my skin. I feel like my makeup looks nice over it. Do I think it's a life-changing primer? No, but do I like it? Yeah, I really do. All right, so now let's just kind of go through these one by one to decide if I want to keep them or not. This is one that I have repurchased like a million times. It's a good drugstore primer. It's just kind of like this pinkish tone. Actually, this is this one from Catrice. It's their Beautifying Primer, and it looks like calamine lotion, doesn't it? Oops. It looks like calamine lotion, but it does the most amazing like softening effect on your skin. It's crazy. So I love that Catrice one. This is the Maybelline one. This one has a little bit more of like a shine to it. I don't think the Catrice one, I mean, it looks shiny just because I haven't rubbed it all in, but I feel like the Maybelline one actually has a little bit of glimmer to it. The Catrice, I don't really pick up on it, but they're both nice. They make your skin look really healthy. So I'm definitely keeping the Catrice one. I love this one. The Master Prime I think I'm going to keep as well. They're both very similar, but they're both really good. And I guess if I'm going to use them, I guess there's no point in getting rid of them because I do really like them. This one I've never even used. It's still new to me. It's their Pore Refining Anti-Shine Base. I just kind of swatched on my hand, and I was thinking it might be like this, like the Pore Filler and the Professional. It's not. It's a very different formula. Just like a white, kind of creamy one. I don't know that I'm going to love it, but I don't want to not try it. So especially since Catrice is kind of new to the US, and I know I've had a lot of questions about it. So I know I really like the Beautifying Primer. I'm going to try the Pore Refining, and I will have to let you know how I feel about it. So these two are ones I've never even tried. This one's from This Works. It's a mask, moisturizer, and primer in one. It says apply to clean skin and massage until absorbed, and that's all it says. So I was intrigued by this. I remember getting it like in a subscription box or something. I mean, it just feels like a kind of thicker lotion. Doesn't really have an offensive smell, I don't think. But again, this is one I haven't even tried that I'm just kind of curious about because I haven't tried it. And so I feel like I need to, if you haven't seen my everyday makeup drawer videos, those are ones where I show like what's in my drawer that's like right in my desk. And it's all makeup that I'm like trying out that month, using a lot of. And so I feel like I need to put these two in there just to make myself try them this month to decide if I want to keep them or not. So they're almost in a maybe. They're like in a limbo. This one I haven't tried, and I know a lot of people like. It's the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. And I love that I got it in this smaller size because at least this way I really can try it before deciding if I would want like a full size. It feels like the Smashbox Hydrating Primer here. It's just not blue, but it's got that same kind of almost gel-like feel to it. So again, this is gonna have to go in that drawer as well to try out. This one was pretty good. I used this in my waterproof makeup video, but honestly, it just wasn't like blow your mind amazing. And because of that, I mean, it just kind of felt like, an Elmer's glue type of primer, if that makes sense. It just wasn't anything that wowed me. I don't think it was bad, but it just didn't wow me. So that is one I think I'm going to get rid of. Now I've got these 3 Hourglass ones. There's a reason no one's really talking about these on YouTube. They don't really do anything. I've got Mood Light, Dim Light, and Luminous Light. I didn't buy these. Thank goodness. I would have been very upset. It's not that they're like these horrendous primer, you know, but like this one, this is Mood Light. It does have like a tint to it, which I kind of like, so it on its own kind of beautifies your face if that would match your skin tone. So that is nice. That one I didn't totally hate. And again, it kind of reminds me of this Catrice one that I was just telling you about, where it kind of evens your skin tone out. This one is in Dim Light. And Dim Light is my favorite powder of theirs that they have. This one's a little bit of a deeper color, and it just did not quite work on my skin. It does blend out, so it's not like it stays that color, but I just didn't feel like it really did much for my skin tone. And then there's Luminous Light, and this one, I'm trying to remember this one. Yeah, this one had a more like lighter tone to it. And if I remember right, I felt like I looked like a ghost when I put this on. Like it was just, I don't know. I get the idea behind them, but I don't know that they really made any huge difference in the way that my skin looked otherwise. You know what I mean? So I think if I were to keep one, it'd probably be Mood Light. I think Dim Light's one I'm definitely going to get rid of. Just feel like Luminous Light, it was just, like I said, I just kind of look like a skeleton. So I think I'm going to get rid of that one. I think for now I'll keep Mood Light. Again, if I try it out for a while and just decide, you know what, I really don't like it, then I'll pass it on. So this is Peter Thomas Roth 24 karat gold Pure Luxury Lift and Firm Prism Cream. So you're supposed to put this like everywhere. This is maybe used all over the face and body or as a targeted highlighter. Tie at the face, apply desired amount to fingertips, blend out of cheekbones, brow bones, bridge of the nose, décolleté, shoulders, legs. I think that I'm going to take this and put it like in my body care drawer because odds are I'm not going to end up using it. I probably should have had it in my highlighter drawer, but the odds are I'm not going to use this for that. Let me just show you what it looks like. It is a nice formula. I have to admit, it's not like bad by any means, but it's not quite enough to just be a highlighter on its own. I mean, it is, but it really does look pretty like in body care. You can mix it with your lotion, you know, if you had a special event or something like that. So this is one of those things that it is a really good product, but I never reach for it in my primer drawer, and I've got plenty of highlighters that do that. So I might as well use this in body care because that's where I'll actually get some use out of it. These two are from the brand Perfect, and it's their Skin Perfection. It's got SPF of 30. It's funny because their products never say what they actually are, but it says it firms, treats, covers, primes, protects, corrects, smooths, hydrate, long wear, boost collagen. They both say the same thing. So I presume it's just a face moisturizer. I haven't used these yet, clearly. Like a face moisturizer that this one's radiant and this one's ambient. Squeeze a little bit of radiant on. So it has an SPF. Yeah, that's way too dark for me. Oh my gosh. It's very matte though. I mean, it almost just looks like a straight up bronzer for me. Like a cream bronzer. It's not a bad idea. So if you had deeper skin, this one would work for you. But radiant seems like an interesting name for it because it really is like completely mattified. Which is very interesting. It's kind of surprised me. So that one's one I'll pass on. This one's in ambient. I'm gonna put it next to it here. Does seem a little bit lighter. Like it might blend in with mine. This color reminds me of the IT Cosmetics. It was called Bye Bye Redness, and it kind of had this tone to it, and you'd put it on under your foundation. It really would cancel out redness. But it didn't totally match like most people's skin tone, so it was kind of an interesting, weird product. But will I ever use that? Probably not. I'm just gonna pass it on to someone that actually will. So this Flower Beauty Primer I want to keep because I actually like, it says it's a foundation. No, it has this weird brush though that grosses me out. But you squeeze this product, it's called their Erase Everything. Ew, you can see it coming out. And so I tried applying it all over my face with this. They say it's a foundation, no, but it certainly is a blurring, I mean completely blurs any pores, lines, anything. So if you're looking for that, I mean that does a great job. I just do not like this weird thing. It's just so gross to me. I mean I don't know. It's gross. So this is one that was a dud. It was a decent product, poorly packaged. If it were just a squeezy tube, I might be tempted to keep it because it really is, I mean, it's very pore filling, but you know that probably already has bacteria in it. As your fingers touch it, you put it on your hand, your face, whatever, it's just gross. So I am going to pass that one on, gladly. This is the oh so famous Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. This has gotten so weird and like, it really needs to be shaken up because it's always like kind of runny. It's just one of those primers. This is a very, I mean, look at that color. It's almost like blue when you put it on. Very pore filling, softening kind of a primer, if that makes sense. So it's not my favorite primer only because I don't want that all over my face. Like, I want it on my nose and my T-zone, that kind of area, but I don't necessarily need this all over my cheeks and things like that. So this is one that I really don't need to use all over my face. And it's crazy to think that this is the same brand. You know, this is, I mean, they're just so, like, this is leaps and bounds above this one. It's just kind of crazy. But I'm definitely keeping that. All right, so this next one is this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Primer. Everyone is raving about this stuff. I like it, but I don't know that I would necessarily rave about it because when I hear, whoa, ew, did you guys see that? It just got everywhere. I mean, can you shake this up? That's the problem. I feel like it's never the same consistency. Every time I've used it, it's like, do I need to like do this, do that? It's never the same consistency, and that's my biggest thing with this. And so half the time it's like super liquidy, half the time it's not. Yeah, like look how liquidy that is. That doesn't seem right. Okay, I feel like I finally got into the real stuff. So it's still thicker, but it's not as runny. I literally had to just waste a ton of it just to get it to this correct spot. So I don't know, maybe I hadn't really like primed it when I first opened it, you know what I mean? I don't know. But it's finally like squeezing out the correct way. I'm wasting a ton of this. It's still struggling to come out though, look at that. There we go. So at least that's the right. So now, well, gee, now I'm excited to try it in the actual correct, like, formula. It's a very buttery type of primer. It feels very soft. Still different, but not totally unlike the Hourglass Veil one. They're not the same. I wouldn't call them dupes, but they have a similar kind of after effect. So now that that's actually working, I'm excited to try it. But again, I love this squeezy tube pump kind of a packaging. Of course, it's like kind of wonky right now, but it's the same kind as their like It Cosmetics BB cream or CC cream that I love. I love this kind of packaging. Whereas like with something like this, I feel like I don't know if I get all of it out of it, but with this I can really see. So I do appreciate that. I see why people like it a lot. It's not my favorite yet, but I'm gonna keep trying it. So we've got two MAC kind of primers. This is just regular MAC strobe cream, their original, and then this is this limited edition one in Peach Light. These are these new, kind of a new formula they came out, not new formula, but new shades. It still comes out like white, like their normal one does, but it does have this kind of peach shift to it. So it can look really cool, like on the cheekbones. You could mix it with your foundation, you could put it underneath your foundation. That's why I put it with the primers, because I feel like that's kind of the way I have tended to use it. I've only used it a couple times. It's still pretty new to me. It's a newer collection they came out with. And they had a couple of other different versions of it, but I liked the peach one. And then their regular strobe cream is really nice. Again, you can use it the same way. You can mix it with your foundation. You can really do whatever you need to do with it. But it's nice. These are very iridescent without being glittery, which I always appreciate. But if you're wanting to try the strobe cream, I totally recommend just get the small one. You don't need the huge one. You're not going to go through it fast enough to make it worth buying like a full-size strobe cream. Really, save the money. I think this is like around $10. Just get the cheaper one because you won't use it all. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm only getting rid of so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 primers. So, this is a struggle. All right, this next one is the e.l.f. primer that I talk about a lot. It's really nice. It's just a very hydrating, simple, everyday kind of a primer. This one kind of separated too, and I just used this. Very moisturizing, just a comfortable one. It's not hurting your skin. You know, it makes your skin look way more beautiful before you put anything else on top of it. And I just like it a lot. It's kind of one of those, you know that you don't need to worry about anything when you put this on. It's just an easy primer, and I really like that. Whereas some primers, they can be finicky, or you only want it on some parts of your face. This you can put all over, and it just looks nice. Sorry, Pinocchio, my doggy's playing with Tyler, my husband, in the other room. Let's continue. I've got this smaller version of the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. Again, this is one of my favorite primers. I have the full size of, and I travel a lot, and that's why I'm always tempted to keep it. But I feel like when I travel, I never end up grabbing for this, but this really is so good. So I do want to keep it. I might move it to like my travel drawer maybe, where I have all my like little carry-on size kind of things. This I have not tried. It's by Korres. It's their Golden Crocus Saffron Elixir. So I don't know if this is a primer. I should just look it up online. It's hard to get open. But obviously I haven't used it. I don't know if it's like a serum, if it's a primer. It looks really pretty. I mean, it's certainly clear. It's, wow. Oh, it has a very perfumed smell. I like the smell of it, but it is very strong. So if you are sensitive, stay far, far away from that. Oh my gosh. It does smell really nice though, but it kind of feels like a thin moisturizing formula, which I like. Again, not totally unlike the Smashbox hydrating one that I keep referencing. So again, this is gonna go in my everyday makeup drawer. I'm gonna try it out, but I'll have to let you know how I like it. This is a new one. It's from By Terry. It's their Imperlious Elixir de Pearl. And so it's this kind of all over, this was actually sent to me. I was very excited. It's this all over kind of primer, beautifier kind of a thing. It's kind of got that neutralizing type color. I've used it once, maybe twice, and I just put it all over. And it did look really nice, but again, I really don't know how I feel about it. It's a very, very pricey product, so it's not one that I would say go run out and buy. I need to determine whether or not it's actually worth the price or not. So this is the Clinique Pep Start Hydro Blur Moisturizer. So technically this is not a primer, but I use it as one. And I have been using it for the past like 2 weeks. It's this, you can almost, well, you can't see in this lighting, but it's like this very blurry kind of soft feeling moisturizer. It's the craziest thing. I don't even know how to describe it. It is the best, but it's like this kind of thicker. You can kind of see how thick it is, right? But it's not like a thick cream. It's like a silicone feeling kind of very blurring kind of moisturizer. It is amazing. This is one of those things that when I run out, I probably will buy again. The only wish I have is that it wasn't in a jar. I wish it were in a squeezy tube so it wasn't exposed to light constantly and exposed to like my fingers or whatever. But, because even when you use like a little spatula and stuff like that, I mean, it's still, there's germs on the spatula, blah, blah, blah. It'd be way better in a squeezy tube. But definitely keeping, I love that stuff. All right, in the home stretch, I cannot believe I have this many primers. This is a by Terribly Densilis Sun Glow. And it's an anti-wrinkle blur bronzing serum. Now, I'm still trying to figure out how I like to use this. I've only used it like once or twice. Again, this was sent to me, I didn't buy it. But it's this very bronzy colored moisturizer. So, you know, I've done this where I'll like just have it on my hand like this, use a stippling brush and put it just in the areas I'd want to bronze. I've mixed it with a light foundation to make it a little darker. I've put it on completely underneath my foundation. It did make me look a little bit tanner, which I will say I kind of liked because, you know, my face is a lot less tan than the rest of my body because I've always got SPF on it. And you can kind of see it, it looks just almost natural. You can tell it's a little bit deeper and a little bit orange, but when you put foundation over it, it kind of masks that. But then I'm like, well, but the foundation's covering it most of the way, so why even mess with it? You know what I mean? So this is, I think the best way for me to use it is just to kind of strategically bronze with it. But I do like it, and it actually stayed in place, which kind of blew my mind. And it's an anti-aging kind of a thing, which I really like as well. So I'm gonna keep trying it out. All right, the next thing in here is this Boscia Subaki Glotion. And it's really, again, this is totally one that I could just put in my highlighter drawer. Oof, I haven't used it in a while. Let me get rid of all that mess. But it's just this really pretty kind of primer, if you will. I mean, it really is lotion-like, and it does add this beautiful iridescence. It reminds me of the MAC Strobe Cream, but it's way more expensive, so it's not, I wouldn't call it a dupe. I would almost call the MAC one a dupe for this. But it's really, really pretty. It says it's an instant luminizing moisturizer. This is one of those wonderful things in the winter time when you just feel like, ugh, like you don't feel super glowy or healthy in that way. You just feel dry. That's how I always feel. This is one of those great products for that. Now, do you need to go out and spend the money? No. You could totally go for like this Catrice Beautifying Primer. I know I keep talking about it, but I love it so much. You could totally do the MAC Strobe Cream, like I said. Something that's still glowy, but not breaking the bank. Because I don't think you'll use it enough to make it worth that. This is my Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Primer. I like this. This is one that I don't want to get rid of. I will use because it's not bad, but I need to just use it up. Would I buy it again? Probably not. I don't think it's anything to write home about that's like blowing my mind so amazing, but it's not bad either. So I would say it's probably not worth going out and spending your money on, but I still like it enough to keep it and use it up at least. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. And this I probably need to move to like my skincare drawer because it's too oily for me to put on right before putting on makeup, which is the idea is that, you know, you can use it as a primer. But of course you could also just use it as your serum, and it's supposedly good for that. I've only used it once or twice. You just kind of, you know, it's got that medicine dropper, you get a little bit on. And it's just really moisturizing, but again, you see, there's no way I could have that on under my makeup. I mean, that would just be, even leaving it for 5 to 10 minutes to sink in, maybe, but even still, I mean, it's not great. And I have to think that if you have oily skin, it would really not work as a primer. Maybe if you had severely dry skin, it might soak it up quickly enough before you put makeup on, but definitely gonna keep trying that out. So this is from Philosophy. It's their Miracle Worker SPF 50. It's just a lotion. I think I'm going to move this to I have a little bag of like SPF sunscreen stuff that anytime we're, you know, doing something where we really need some serious SPF that either one of us can use, me or my husband, that I think this would make more sense in there because I'm not really grabbing for it just as it is. And I feel like I would actually use it in there. A lot of the foundations I use already have SPF in it, and I'll use other moisturizers with it, and this is just one I'm not really using. So I'm just gonna move that. And then the last thing is this Pixi Glotion Day Dew, and it's just like the MAC Strobe Cream. I actually did a video about this not long ago. I mean, it looks exactly like it. Actually kind of looks like a cross between the MAC Strobe Cream and the Peach Light Strobe Cream. So if you're interested, now here's the thing, this is still close to like $20, so it's not like you're saving a ton of money getting the Pixi one. You might as well just get the MAC one, but I do like this. So if you have like a Target gift card and you are maybe looking at the Pixi stuff, it really is nice. Now, do I need to keep it considering the fact that I have like 10 million other things? Probably not. So I think I'm gonna pass this on only on the basis that I already have like 4 things just like it. And it's not even the cheapest option out there. This is what I'm keeping. Oh my gosh, I'm keeping way too much. This is what I'm getting rid of. The reality is, like, from here over, these I'm all moving to somewhere else because they're not really primers for me. So these will be out of the way. Some of these, like, once I've tried them out, like this one, this one, this one, they might leave my collection if I don't like them. So it makes me feel a little bit better that this is like the actual standby of what I'm keeping. These are on trial and these aren't really primers, they're moving elsewhere. So it makes me feel a little bit better about it. Glad to get rid of some of these things that I just know I'm not using, that I really just don't like. If you are interested in more declutters, check out my other ones where I've done so much better. This was not my best declutter, not by a long shot. But I will link my playlist below if you're interested in seeing all of the years of decluttering that I have done. Make sure you subscribe before you leave so you can catch my future declutters that are coming up that I'm filming right now. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!